Hello, nerds watching all over the internet. It is Thursday night, February 27th, and we're here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. Yahoo! That's right, folks. Another Thursday night to talk about all the spectacular things happening in the world of pro wrestling. Our talking matches, segments, title changes, surprise appearances, and more. I am your host, Jose Casabona. I am also the host, the founder, executive producer, and content manager of The Ravens Flock. And on behalf of all of us on this channel, we appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. And joining us behind the camera, as always, the host of the Black Files, my tag partner for Wrestle Rewind, the man who puts in the hours behind all the videos on this channel every single week. This man who is jumping ship and he's now crossed the line, Mr. Juan Rouse. Ow!
Cut it out. Thank you for that fine introduction, Jose. Don't you ever forget the mister.
Well, you see, what makes cross the line cooler than the forbidden door is less syllables.
I want my thumb drive back.
Here you go.
That's right. That's right. Don't start with me. After the fucking glory fest of a nightmare that I had last night trying to get the Black Files running, I am surprised that we're still on the air right now. But truthfully, thank you for joining us here, folks.
Yes, indeed. And much like all our other shows, we are simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. So hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications. Leave your questions and comments below. We'll answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an inner flocker. And for $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks that comes with our membership. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know that you're here to rescue the Ravens Flock from the clutches of late-stage capitalism to become full-time streamers. Since 2013, we've been working hard, staying strong, making your voice our mission. The only thing standing in our way is the fact that we have to work 9 to 5 jobs just to keep our lights on. However, there is a way to save us from this, and it just needs you. And all you got to do is what you've been doing this whole time, which is sharing the good word of the Ravens Flock, letting everyone know the hard work we've been doing since 2013, going to conventions, interviewing people, bringing forward the topics that are relevant to the nerdy geek culture community. Jose, you can stop that. What the hell is wrong with you? You're killing my vibe here, man.
I'm adding to the...
No, you're not!
Just keep going.
You're running a hallowed...
At least I'm not sitting here doing nothing.
You're running a hallowed wooden stake at 33. And don't try to be like all dead-faced at me next week when we do this. I'm trying to prove the point. Like, see, Juan, I'm trying to be animated over here. It looks better. Like, you're being weird. You're being weird about it. Cut it out. If you want more of these kind of shenanigans, just share it to everyone you know and love who has an affinity for everything involving geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between. And before you know it, we'll have enough subscribers to and enough inner flockers out of it that we'll be able to be financially independent. So with your help, we can and will succeed. You also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and you had access to all of us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, and your ideas about how to shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. We got Konichi Rando-sama and Nikki Bella are in the chat. Hey up, ladies, one and all, welcome. But pray tell, Zay, why don't you tell everybody exactly what is it that we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
Well, here on Wrestle Rewind, we review 3 of the most exciting pro wrestling programs in North America today. That is WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. So, where we are right now, this Saturday, we're gonna be heading to Toronto, Ontario, Canada for WWE's Elimination Chamber, which we will have 2 exciting Elimination Chamber matches to decide who will be going to WrestleMania to face the Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley and the undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare. Yes.
These guys are the Royal Rumble, cutting the street, and you cry out again for those. And he's calling me a little conflicted about that, but also at the same time, he's going to try to say and find out whether or not if Hammy is ahead and wears a crown, and maybe Cody isn't up to it, but now they're after Today. Johnson is coming over here and trying to go out into a fold, making it open his eye log on SmackDown last Friday, and trying to make it sound like he's doing something cool, but at the end of the day, he was just propping his own ego, and at the trying to end it all, make it sound cool by saying that he wants Cody's soul. Cody! Rhodes.
And we're also very happy that in one of the Chambers matches is going to be featuring current NXT wrestler who's on her way to Monday Night Raw, the prodigy Roxanne Perez.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
She's saying goodbye to the NXT.
Yes,
universe
Juancho.
now?
I'm sorry, Juancho, but it's time for Roxy to move up in the world.
I'm guessing Cora Jade isn't feeling all that happy about that right now, is she?
She's got her hands full with some total nonstop action. But anyway, and of course, AEW Revolution is also coming up on Sunday, March 9th. That's guaranteed to be a banger with a lot of matches that have been announced, including the main event, Moxley versus Cope for the AEW World Title. And
How can we tell that that's what they're competing for?
Because it was already, and because the match was made official.
But where's the belt? How do we know what we're competing for?
Yeah.
How do we know what we're competing for here, man?
And TNA is also getting things ready for their upcoming pay-per-view event, TNA Sacrifice.
When is that again? Is that in 10 days, 15 days? When is it? 2 weeks?
I'm going to ask Google.
Wow.
No, it's okay. I got this, guys.
No, I'm the one who's physically...
When is TNA Sacrifice 2025?
According to 411 Mania, TNA Sacrifice 2025 is scheduled for March 14th, and it will be broadcast live on pay-per-view.
All right, so we're just gonna replace you with Google. We're just gonna replace you with Google. We don't. All right, let's get this guy off the show.
Hey! You can't replace me with an artificial being. You know why?
Why?
Because these artificial beings break down easily, but not human beings. I am a man, flesh and blood, and I'm fueled by so many things. I'm fueled by passion. I'm fueled by spite.
Didn't you have to have your heart restarted twice?
We don't talk about that, Juan. Shame on you. But most important, and what's equally important, is that I'm fueled by the power of glitch energy.
Which is why we here at the Ravens Flock are proud to once again be partnered up with our buddies over at Glitch Energy. Glitch Energy, specially formulated proprietary, not like smart energy blend, keeps you running strong all day long, just like the Ravens Flock, with 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 lag, and 0 crash. And if you head to glitchenergy.com, make sure that you bookmark them, because you never know when they'll drop a brand new product or flavor right on your front doorstep.
That is correct. And they still have, right now in stock, they still have their flavor that's based off of Fruit Gushers called Savage Serenity. Yep. And it is a tropical berry blend, and it is inspired by Alpha Dogs?
Yes, Alpha Dogs. And a portion of the proceeds for the sales is actually dedicated to helping destigmatize men's mental health. That's what Alpha Dogs is all about.
Absolutely.
Which is why we here at the Ravens Flock are actually very much interested in trying this bad boy out.
Absolutely, and if you go to glitchenergy.com and use our promo code FlockFuel, you will receive a 20% discount on your order. So don't delay, folks. Go to glitchenergy.com, use our promo code FlockFuel, get your tub of Savage Serenity, and give your body the fuel that it needs. Go to Glitch Energy right now.
We want to thank Glitch Energy very much once again for partnering with the Ravens Flock.
Hey, Nikki Bella, that's my line. Only I get to say that. And you know what? I guess there's nothing else holding us back right now, so let's go ahead and get started. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, here we go, everybody.
Pulling out his handy-dandy notepad.
No, because I'm trying to remember the name of this venue here, because this week's WWE NXT, they actually took to the road, folks. That's right. This week's WWE NXT took place over in the Andrew J. Brady Music Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, hang on a minute. Now, why does that venue sound familiar?
It doesn't. It's small.
Yeah, you sure about that?
Yeah.
Because I think there was another wrestling show that happened a month ago. You know,
a month ago?
Yeah. You know, from
what are you talking about?
You know, from AEW.
Oh, All Elite Wrestling was at that exact same venue?
Yeah, a month ago for AEW Dynamite Maximum Carnage.
Ah. Well, no wonder I don't pay attention.
Oh! All right. Well, let's see how NXT fares in going into going into the old stomping grounds of Jon Moxley. We start things off.
They probably had to disinfect the entirety of the building before letting any of the patrons in if John Moxley was gigging himself all over the place.
Well, listen,
More on gigging yourself all over the place later.
Well, listen, they had a whole month to clean. I'm sure they'll be fine. Now, we start things off
sure.
with a championship match for the NXT's Women's North America title as the defending champion. The Dark Angel Stephanie Vaquer takes on the number one contender Carmen Petrovic.
All right. So, last we checked, Carmen Petrovic was in a weird ass love angle involving Obafemi.
No, she's in a weird-ass love angle involving Ashante the Adonis.
Right, it was Ashante the Adonis. My bad.
She was in this weird love angle, and apparently it paid quick dividends because last week on NXT, she got an assist from said love interest to help win a triple threat number one contender match to earn this opportunity to face Stephanie Vaquer for the title.
Okay, so her baby maybe over here, he's fucking helping her win matches now?
The term is maybe baby, not baby maybe.
Same shit.
But anyhow, but shock, Juancho, you'll be surprised to hear that the maybe baby had absolutely no hand in this opening match. This match was a lot more competitive than I was expecting.
Well, let's see how it turned out.
All right, so both these ladies start things off. They lock up in the middle of the ring. You could tell, and
Go ahead.
And in the middle of this lockup, both these women are doing a series of reversals. And kudos to Stephanie Vaquer. Like, she knows new and different creative ways to do like pinfall reversals onto Carmen Petrovic. It's really awesome.
Okay, so we got ourselves some good competition. At least now we're showing off what Carmen Petrovic can do, rather than just having her hang around backstage. So I guess that maybe guy, Ashante the Adonis, gave her a significant push here.
Yeah, and let's also not discount Carmen Petrovic herself, because since making her debut on NXT, she has been improving in the ring, and it showed in this opening contest. Stephanie Vaquer obviously has years ahead of her in terms of in-ring style, but
you mean experience?
Experience, but Carmen Petrovic has enough skills to keep up with the momentum with the champion.
Well,
so
Carmen Petrovic's a trained martial artist, isn't she?
Yes, she is, and that's another thing I want to talk about because she is very strike heavy against Stephanie Vaquer.
Okay, so basically she's able to do more of the martial arts striking stuff that unfortunately Nikita Lyons isn't able to lean on anymore.
Yeah, that's exactly it. She is a former karate competitor, and it's helping out here. Now, of course, Stephanie Vaquer was able to turn the match around, and then Stephanie Vaquer hits a series of blows herself, and she hits that one move that got Booker T going crazy on commentary. And I kid you not, like. Yeah, no, like it's not. It's
the one where
she got the legs.
Where Stephanie has her opponent's head between her legs,
and she does like a face buster thing,
smashing her face into the canvas over and over and over and over.
I don't know what you call that.
Oh, yeah. Apparently you call it Booker T's Viagra. I don't fucking know. How else am I supposed to react to this guy?
What?
He gets his rocks off.
What, Booker?
In the most vocal and nearly obscene way.
Booker, you want us to call Charmel on you? You want us to rat you out? Because we'll do it. Don't make me do it, man. I don't like tattletaling on Hall of Famers.
He'll do it too. He don't give a fuck. Sorry. He respects the hell out of you. You're an excellent wrestler, but he don't give a fuck. He'll do it.
So, when we got back from commercial break, the momentum continued on. Yep, that's right. Carmen Petrovic was able to turn things around again on the champion, and she does an incredible suicide dive onto ringside.
What's Ashante the Adonis doing out in the ring?
Well, just because he didn't have a hand in it, that doesn't mean that he wasn't present.
Why didn't you say that before?
My bad. All right, but yes, Ashante the Adonis was there, but throughout the whole match, he kept away from any ringside chicanery.
Okay, so at the very least, he knows well enough not to fuck with her with his baby mama, maybe baba 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 baby baba 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 baba.
I'm sorry, man, but you were about to break into the music of that wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
About to burn is the word on it. Okay, so he knows well enough to stay out of her way and help her try to earn her championship on her own.
That's right.
That, guys, is called respecting your woman's personal space.
Precisely.
Learn it, bitches!
All right, so as we continue on, Wancho, share photos, please. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, he's got a.
Go on. Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh yes! Oh shit! Indeed. But Stephanie Vaquer tried to turn it around by going over to the top turnbuckle. Carmen Petrovic was able to kick her and intercept her, and take over the match yet again.
Did she cunt punt Vaquer?
No, she didn't cut punt Vaquer. She kicked her in the midsection. Jeez, Juan.
Okay. I don't know if that's worse. Actually, now that I think about it, because that just goes to show you the reach and the length of Carmen Petrovic's over here.
Well, she does have long legs.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. The gams, the stems,
the flexibility,
the long shinks,
the flexibility,
the stems over here. I mean, like, we haven't seen legs like that since Stacy Keibler.
Yeah, that is true. Well, no, I would argue against that because, okay, what about Billie Kay of the Iconics? She has long legs. You didn't say shit about that.
But Billie Kay isn't quite as tall as Keibler, and I wasn't watching when the Iconics were there.
Fine, whatever. Anyway, so getting back to the match, and near the end of the match, of course, Stephanie Vaquer was able to regain momentum. She hits an incredible 619 onto.
Booyaka!
Yeah. Hitting a 619 onto Carmen Petrovic, and then she finally puts her down with that package backbreaker finishing move that she uses. And yep, go ahead and share that. And she has successfully fended off against her first title contender. Your winner, and still the NXT Women's North American Champion, the Dark Angel, Stephanie Vaquer.
Very nicely done. And just from the way that you're spilling the beans on this match, I'm guessing that Carmen Petrovic acquitted herself well in this match.
Absolutely.
She didn't win, but it's not as if she didn't put up a good fight.
Oh no! That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And the fans loved it. The fans were going crazy for Carmen and for Stephanie Vaquer. Although they were mostly siding with the champion, but nevertheless. Carmen Petrovic definitely received. Nevertheless, Carmen Petrovic definitely got a lot of praise on social media for her performance in this championship match.
Yay!
But the celebration was cut short by none other than Stephanie Vaquer's real life BFFFFFFF, the NXT Women's Champion, the Beautiful Madness that is Julia.
Okay, I'm a little distracted at one little thing. I noticed that Raw and SmackDown have new microphone flags, but NXT is getting the hand-me-downs.
The hand-me-down? What do you mean the hand-me-downs? What?
Of the microphone, of the mic flag. Here. Let me show you what I mean. I'm sorry, because I'm looking at him right here.
You're focusing on the mics?
Yeah. Isn't that like the old ass fucking hand-me-downs for
NXT? The square. Oh yeah. Oh, I get it. How the mics for Raw and SmackDown are now circular and there's round and yeah. Well, they've always been squared with NXT, so it really doesn't make a difference. The only difference is the logo change.
Oh, kinda.
Yeah. But that being said, microphones notwithstanding, Julia went to celebrate with Stephanie Vaquer in the ring, but she has declared that she is the best women's champion, and so Stephanie respectfully disagreed, and she said that they may be friends, but she wants a one-on-one match, woman versus woman, champion versus champion, title for title. And it is official at WWE Roadblock. It will be Julia versus Stephanie Vaquer for both the NXT Women's North American Championship and the NXT Women's title. Winner takes all.
Oh shit!
There is unfortunately a sad reason behind it, and it is possible. We haven't. There's no specifics yet, but
is it coming from that mushmouth in California?
No, it's actually coming from Mike Johnson from PW Insider that Julia might be wrestling with an undisclosed injury, and it's the reasons why, and it's possible that she might be losing to Stephanie Vaquer to take time off to heal from injury.
And what if it turns out that it's Stephanie Vacker who loses instead?
Or what if the whole match gets thrown off by some outside interference bullshit?
I mean, you said that Roxy's on her way up to the main roster. Who's to say that she isn't gonna run in, interfere, get the match thrown out, and fucking leave with like, haha, fuck you both kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that's a possibility. And, and Julia and Stephanie Vacker have also made enemies of the Fatal Influence, so there's that. So there's the other threat.
Also, Mr. Quake is in the chat. Hey up, Mr. Quake. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Well, regardless of what happens to the outcome of Roadblock, the fans are going to be watching, and we're going to be watching, because it's going to be happening over at Madison Square Garden in New York City!
Right.
Actually, I don't know if it's happening at MSG, but it is happening in New York City!
Oh, what the Jesus Christ is a...
Fine, go look it up. WWE Roadblock.
Jeez. All right, why don't you look it up? Yeah, no, at the theater at Madison Square Garden.
Ah, the theater at Madison Square Garden. Okay, I was half right.
No.
Shut up.
It doesn't count.
My point is that this match is going to be happening at Roadblock, and we'll see what happens with the outcome. If Julia is truly wrestling with an injury, we obviously want a healthy champion, and we don't want her to hurt her to exacerbate the injury any further.
But this is all just freaking, what do you call it? All this is rumor and speculation. Don't buy it before you try it.
And would it be the first time WWE worked the journalists?
Hence why I fuck with that that bushmouth that guy in California. The best guy, Tony Khan.
Oh my god. Anyway, so let's go ahead and move on with the review, folks, because we're now going to talk about the exciting match of the night. And this match, you're going to be shocked to hear, this is another one-on-one contest for the TNA X Division Championship. As the defending champion, the leader of the system, Moose, defends the title against the NXT Heritage Cup champion, Lexis King.
Okay. Well, shit. Smack me in the face and call me mammy is like, for the first time ever, a TNA championship is being defended on WWE broadcasting. This is some crazy ass shit. I kid you not, this is some crazy shit because this is actual forbidden door shit, prohibited portal shit, fucking crossing the line shit. Let's see, NXT needs an X division. Well, that's sort of what this thing is alleging to be the Heritage Cup, if you think about it, but it's not really. Let's see, Sean Spears is a 10, ha. NXT 2.0 vibes? No, it ain't. Shit, no.
Hell no, bro.
All right, Joseph, go ahead and get us on with the match. Come on.
All right, so let's get started. First of all, of course, Lexis King, being from Cincinnati, Ohio, got the hometown advantage. The fans love him. And Moose, I don't have a picture of it, but Moose came out with an incredible entrance attire, his regalia. He came down with a black robe with his name all over it, and he had a small flag of TNA on his shoulder, and it looked so cool!
God damn, seriously?
Yes, and then the bell rang, and it was a classic battle of David versus Goliath.
In case you don't know, this means that Moose is bigger than Lexis King, and Lexis King is much smaller than Moose. This is a fucking problem for Lexis King because he's tiny.
And surprisingly, Booker T did an actually good job putting over Moose on commentary, since apparently Booker T knows more about Moose than Vic Joseph and Corey Graves.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why. Isn't it because Booker T is a former TNA Legends champion and heavyweight champion, and he was part of the Main Event Mafia, and he was also in commentary King Bookering and beating people up in his King Booker attire while doing commentary of himself in there?
Admit it, you want him to bring that back, don't you?
That was just stupid.
Beat people up while doing commentary.
That was just dumb.
But,
in the most hysterical way.
But yeah,
but dumb, still.
Let's put numbers to this comparison.
NXT Bound for Glory, lol.
Oh, God. Let's put numbers to this, folks. Moose is 6'6", and he is 300 pounds.
And you can't teach that.
And that guy, it towers over Lexus King, and he is surprisingly agile and flexible for a big guy.
It's crazy. Like, you don't want this motherfucker charging at you. Black Snow, Black Snow, baby. Oh, God. Oh, I get it, because of the attire with him. Okay, because all right, continue.
Yeah. So Moose is tossing around Lexus King like a rag doll. Lexus King was able to get a little bit of flurry offense in. He was able to evade Moose when he tried to go for the turnbuckle attacks. And then you can see here Lexus King trying to bring down Moose with a series of kicks. Even at one point,
effective to begin with.
It seems effective to begin with, and he tried to also bring him down with a super kick, but it was ineffective.
This super kick?
This super kick, because it's going to take more than one super kick to bring down Moose off his feet.
Shit.
Yeah, no, all shit indeed. And Moose, every part of his body is a weapon. His chops, his blows. Hell, he even did a drop kick onto Lexus King while Lexus King was on the top turnbuckle that knocked him off before they went to commercial. And over here you see Moose delivering a devastating powerbomb onto Lexus King in the middle of the ring.
God, so like Moose is basically coming in to disrespect NXT by doing this to Lexus King. He's like, no, I'm not just having a match. I want to shit on you guys. Your champion, whack. His trophy, whack. His facial hair, whack. Me, I'm the TNA X Division champion. I'm fresh as fuck.
Indeed. And also, I'm going to say this right now because I'm such a geek. It is also the first time that a TNA wrestler fought a WWE wrestler in an AEW venue. Are we counting that? Ow!
Cut it out.
Okay. Anyways, so Moose continues with the momentum, and remember how I said that he's surprisingly agile for a man his size? Yeah, no, that's not a joke. He ran up and did a springboard crossbody onto Lexus King before kipping back up to his feet.
Ow!
And then he finally puts down Lexus King with a spear to pin and retain. Your winner, and still the TNA X Division champion, Moose.
Oh, God. Well, we knew that he wasn't going to lose the X Division Championship to someone from WWE. That would have been scandalous. But to say that the outcome would have been predictable is a little naive. Lexus King, to his part, made Moose work for the win. From the way you're telling it over here, it sounds like Lexus King was fighting hard. It sounds like he was fighting intelligent. He's got that high speed intellect of his pappy of Brian Pillman the senior. But at the end of the day, like you say, Moose is a fucking walking weapon. Sorry, every part of his body is a weapon. Hence why, yeah, you get the point. Point is, Moose is more dangerous than Lexus King could have hoped for.
That's
so,
right.
Good shot, but
That's right. And what's even more dangerous than Moose? Having another dangerous champion in the middle of the ring with the same size to boot. That's right. Obafemi.
The great Obafemi.
The great Obafemi, the ruler, the conqueror, the bringer of war, the NXT champion, shares a post-match segment with Moose in the middle of the ring, and they made their match official. At WWE Roadblock, these two men will compete for the NXT championship. No, it's not a title winner takes all. It's just for the NXT title.
Damn!
But holy shit, that's going to be awesome.
Why would you do that, Oba? What the fuck, man? You're doing this. I'm like, you're setting yourself up. Fuck. He's setting himself up. If he loses to Moose, Moose becomes NXT champion. Then Moose gets to run around TNA with the NXT championship. That's fucking terrifying. You don't want that. Nuh-uh. And the problem is, Moose is this jacked up psycho motherfucker. Like you said, he matches Obafemi in terms of size and speed and strength. So, he is a credible fucking threat.
Yes, he is. Also, I disagree with Mr. Quake when he said that Lexus King's father would be rolling his grave. Like, come on, man. Why would you say that?
Brian Pillman Sr. would definitely be like, no, my son's wrestling and he's making everybody work for it and he's got a good career somewhere.
Exactly.
Like, you got to remember, Brian Pillman's claim to fame is the fact that he was able to fleece both WCW and WWE by pitting them against each other to bid on him while he was busted up and recovering from injury. How fucking insane and how mercenary must you be to be able to pull that off successfully? And then, yes, unfortunately, Brian Pillman
Passed away.
Yeah. That stuff. But the fact that he managed to pull that off, and showing how Lexis King is also in NXT fighting intelligently and being intelligent with his career choices and sticking with WWE, he would be very proud of his son.
Also, guess who's one of the wrestling icons that helped inspire Lexis King to take up wrestling? WWE former multi-time WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
I'll tell you about it later.
What?
But let's go ahead and move on to the exciting segment of the night because it features the none other than Juan's favorite WWE superstar, the Juggernaut, Jordan.
Why isn't it changing? Oh, there we go.
Jordan Grace. That's right. Jordan Grace got on the mic. The fans love her. She cuts a great babyface promo, and she makes her message clear that she has joined NXT to become champion, and she is gunning for the NXT Women's title. But a certain multi-time prodigy has taken exception to what Jordan Grace has said.
Being Roxanne Perez.
Yep, Roxanne Perez joins, cuts off the proceedings, and she proceeds to trash talk against Jordan Grace. She mentions how Jordan Grace lost to Roxanne Perez when she was champion on Battleground last year, and that Roxanne Perez is going to make history. She's going to win the Elimination Chamber match, and she's going to capture the Women's World Title at WrestleMania, and she's going to win the NXT Championship again and become Roxy Two Belts, which got the fans chanting Roxy Two Belts.
You're kidding me.
Yep, and then Jordan Grace, rather than wasting another word against her.
Actually, she did waste a few words against her.
Oh yeah, she said something like
along the lines of, well, there's an old saying, Roxanne, perhaps you've heard it. Everyone has a plan until they get
bonk
punched in the face.
Yep.
Which was hysterical because almost immediately after this came out, the Sonic Rings meme of it came out of it. You know, where I don't know who is it that does it. It's not Matthew. No. Where it's like, what do you call it? Something happens in wrestling and someone gets punched or smacked or knocked the fuck out on their ass. They would sprout gold rings out of them, like you would have in Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and I don't remember who it is, but point is, yeah, no, Jordan Grace has got her number.
Yeah.
And I know how you can tell. Because Jordan Grace didn't clinch her fist here for this punch.
Damn it, Juan. Why you gotta do that?
It's what I do, Jose. I pay attention to detail.
She looks like she's about to throw an invisible curveball.
Tiger Claw!
Tiger Claw, you dumbass.
I'm sorry, it's just a silly. It's just the positioning of the freeze frame. I do this shit out of love. I do this shit because I care.
It's a spur of the moment. You don't have time to think about how you're gonna make your fist.
Yeah, you do. It's called you're a wrestler. Get your fist strong.
All right.
Fist straight.
Well, it's like a pookie.
It's like a pokey. Like the finger paw. What is it? Volleyball?
Oh God! All right, let's move on to the match of the night, and this one was I'll get into it, but this is another one-on-ones match featuring Lola Vice versus Miss NXT Ariana Grace. Now, let me explain.
Okay.
In an earlier video package, Ariana Grace is outside with Santino Marella talking about the partnership between NXT and WWE and TNA. And Lola Vice, she walks up and she's asking if they've got anything for her, if they've got any match for her. And Ariana Grace is saying like, "Oh, honey, like you're just gonna have to wait. You know, we'll get back to you." And then Lola Vice like is talking shit to Ariana Grace, saying like, "Okay, honey, like you may be Miss NXT, but like your mouth is full of shit." And just as she was trash talking, like Santino was about to go Cobra on her, but then he's like, no, I must hold it back. So he holds back the Cobra, and they make their match official: Ariana Grace versus Lola Vice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, because Ariana Grace was Ariana Gracing herself.
Pretty much.
Okay, so how did the match go?
All right. So in the first minute of the match, Ariana Grace got a few strikes in. Yep, got a few strikes in on Lola Vice before Lola Vice was able to kick it to high gear, literally by kicking Ariana.
That's Ariana?
No, Lola Vice. That's kicking.
Okay, oh yeah. What the hell? I was about to say.
I spoke too fast. Let me slow it down for you. So in the first minute of the match, Ariana Grace got in a few right-hand strikes until Lola Vice kicked it up to high gear, literally.
Okay, that's what you meant.
With a series of kicks to backing up Ariana to the corner. But Ariana Grace showed her savage side and started stomping away. Yes, please. Started stomping. Okay. First of all, after getting ass slammed by Lola Vice, because
right, that nice hip throw.
Yeah. Then Ariana Grace was able to turn it around and start stomping away on Lola Vice, and she's showing her savage side because.
Question. Was she wearing her ring gear while talking to Santino, or was she in her beauty pageant dress still?
Well, the video was obviously shot earlier in the day, so beauty pageant.
Okay, it would have been funnier if she was in ring gear. But, sorry, go on.
Okay, so Ariana Grace now showing her vicious side, starts stomping away on Lola Vice, and both these women take the action over at ringside. Where what's her face? Ariana Grace pushes Lola Vice shoulder first onto the ring post to get some advantage, but the effort was all for naught. Lola Vice was able to regain her footing, literally, by stomping her to the ground before hitting her with a spinning back fist to pin and win. Your winner, Lola Vice.
Okay. Number one, yay, Lola Vice. Number two, was Ariana Grace trying to do anything more, like, actually show a little more, but like you said earlier how she was trying to show some of her savagery in the middle of the ring.
But that was only for like a few minutes before Lola Vice regained control, and before she stopped away, like Ariana Grace was like going in field position, like, "Oh my God, please don't hit me!"
Okay, so she was continuing to ham it up. It was like,
yeah.
"Oh no, I'm a little sissy pants bit." Okay,
yeah. I'm like, "Honey, you tower over her! You tower over Lola Vice! Why the fuck are you getting in the field position?
Why are you scared of Lola?"
Oh my God.
I mean, I would be scared of. I'd be scared of Lola too, but in a different way.
You idiot! Come on, keep it in the.
I'm a hornball, okay?
Keep it in the.
Show me.
Yeah, we're also broadcasting here. Show some poise.
I am poised. See, I'm saluting.
You dumbass. All right. But this match was good, but man, they got to do something with Lola Vice, man. She just seems to be like lost in the shuffle.
I think that's what's going to come up with this whole thing. I don't know about you, but Ariana Grace does not come off to me like the type of person who would let this slide. Considering that Ariana Grace can be a little bit of a diva. My guess is she's going to try and drag this out and try to show a little bit more of her actual wrestling style and all that shit. I think that we can milk this out for a little while, but if this doesn't end in a full-scale NXT Underground match where Lola Vice reigns supreme, then I would actually be sadly disappointed. Because that would work fucking wonders. Like, what's her face? Mr. Quake mentioned it in the chat. Ariana Grace did martial arts, right?
That's right. Ariana Grace is a former student of Santino Marella's camp called the Battle Arts Academy.
Considering that's his daughter. Yeah. So, fucking, what do you call it? That's like, you're like, you could show, like, hey, she's trying, like, you've got the match coming up. I can try to help you out. And she's trying to actually take it serious, and he's a goofball and fucking messes with her or whatever.
That would be fun. All right.
See, like, the story writes itself, god damn it. I can see that shit, god damn it. Ariana Grace's Maria 2.0?
Hey!
No, I don't think so. No, she's playing off. No, she's just playing off as if she was more valet than wrestler. But that's different over here. Anyhow, point is, there's potential for us to use this as a way to make Ariana Grace grow as a character in the ring, and Lola can bring that out of her if they crank this up and if we get this into an NXT Underground match.
But on the other hand, we could be reading too much into things, and WWE might have different plans.
Yeah, it's possible.
All right.
But God damn it.
I know, one
Sorry.
can dream. Now let's move on and go over to
I can't help it. Lola's got them ass. They got that ass. The moment I realize what she's capable of, I am terrified and titillated at the same time. So, yeah. I had crazy idea, says Mr. Quake. If NXT was on Netflix, they'd need a cast from Cobra Kai and NXT Underground match.
That's a big maybe. That's a big maybe.
No, I'm sorry. It would actually, unfortunately, be a big no. Cobra Kai has ended.
Yeah, I know.
The series.
Don't spoil it for me. I haven't watched it all the way.
The series is over, but Cobra Kai never dies.
Yeah!
Don't touch me.
Now, let's go on to the segment here. Now, admittedly, what I pulled is an old picture from an older video, but you'll understand what I mean, because I wasn't able to find the more recent video, but they did have another dinner segment with the D'Angelo family, with Tony D'Angelo finally coming back to light after being on hiatus, after being MIA last week. He shows up, sits down with Stax, Luca, and with Adriana Rizzo, and he heard on how freaking Stax was trying to stand up for the family, and he was trying to help the family by fighting off Sean Spears last week to a losing effort.
Right, and then
and then Tony D'Angelo pretty much said, like, hey, listen, I appreciate you trying here, man, but you know what? You know, these things happen. You know, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, and it was just underwhelming. Like it's like Tony D'Angelo just acknowledging, like, okay, yeah, you fought, you lost, yeah, it happens,
but. But at the very least, he's like just trying to say, like, okay, well, you're trying to stand up for the family honor and for our name and all that. So that's what's thankful. That's thankful. That's what I'm thankful for. It's that you're putting the family ahead of yourself, right? It's making sure that you're being an upstanding kind of guy over here, and you're doing everything right by the familia, by all of us. So Stax, you may not have won, but you know you're a winner in this family, and so you know we're toasting ourselves to you here and the entirety of the family up in this boppity poopy, beepity poopy bop, boppity poopy. Okay.
Thank you for bringing some silliness to this, because I was bored in this segment.
Okay, like I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying. Well, like I said, number one, that gag isn't gonna die anytime soon. But more importantly, you sounded so defeated, so depressed by this. So I'm over here like,
maybe Tony D'Angelo is still feeling the sting of being double-crossed by Izzy Dame and being jumped by Sean Spears' new faction. So,
do they even have a name?
No!
Stupid!
No, yes it is. But before we get to the main event, we do want to take a minute to talk about the honorable mention for this week's edition of WWE's NXT. And yes, folks, it is a tag match, player.
Holla, holla.
That's right. This week's honorable mention from NXT goes to the No Quarter Catch crew of Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights taking on the TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boys.
Like they were announced as the Hardy Boys over here because that's how they're known in WWE. They're not just the Hardys; they're the Hardy Boys.
It was a great tag team match, and regardless of what they call themselves or what they're being called, the fans of Cincinnati were behind the Hardys all the way. They pulled out all the trademark moves. Poetry in motion, and even better poetry in motion at ringside. Suicide effects, twist of fate, swanton bomb. The fans were eating up this extreme Hardy experience.
God damn!
And of course, it didn't take long for WWE WWE Shop to add the Hardy Boys merchandise on sale.
Ha! Hey, we got Hardy's back for a little bit. Let's take a look at NXT.
Now, the speculation that I'm hearing in the rumor mill is that the Hardy Boys are eventually going to have a short-term, main roster run to wrap up their career, to end their run as in wrestling. So they
Hold on, I thought they already ended their run with WWE.
No, they were disappointed with the way that ended with WWE because Matt Hardy was in a neck brace and he got his ass beaten up by Randy Orton in 2019, and Jeff Hardy, well,
wait, I could have sworn that Matt Hardy was around for a little while, being Woken, or am I wrong?
No, you're wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, this was after Woken. Matt Hardy was beaten up by Randy Orton in the segment, writing him off.
Yeah, and
Jeff was let go after he showed up at a WWE live show all Jeff pulled a Jeff.
Yeah,
let me put it that way.
Jeffed himself.
Yes. But that being said, this was my take for the honorable mention. And yeah, as much as we criticize and we talk about the lives and vices of Jeff Hardy, we're still fans of the Hardy Boys. We just want them to be safe.
We criticize because we want better for them. We want better for Jeff. Also, what's his face? This entire match was being observed at the ramp by Fraxium.
That's right. And after the match, both teams have made it official. Well, thanks to Santino Marella, the TNA Director of Authority, who spoke to Ava. And at WWE Roadblock, it will be the Hardys versus...
It's going to be... For the Tag Team Championship, it's going to be Fraction versus the Hard Boys.
For the TNA World Tag Team titles.
Oh, it's for the TNA titles.
Yeah. No, it's for the TNA title, a tag title. So that's going to be something, that's going to be fun.
That's going to be nice.
Yeah. Now let's get to the main event.
Broken Hardy's a TNA guy. No, I know that. I was talking about when he was Woken Matt Hardy. But that was a while back.
Yeah.
Further than I was thinking. Oh my god, I'm old.
It's okay. So am I.
Jeff
but I try
Hardy
not to think
does
about
sober up, but he's got to chill.
Yeah. Dude, we gotta keep a close eye on him.
Ooh.
And the main event is a tag match, player.
Holla, holla.
The teams of all the way to the right, we have All Ego Ethan Page teaming up with Wesley to take on the team of the young OG Javon Evans and the newly debuted Absolute Ricky Saints.
Wait, he got to keep Absolute?
No, I just threw that in there.
Okay, well he better keep Absolute.
He better keep it because the Revolution is going to be televised. Yeah.
Also, the right time, but the wrong guy.
Also, hello, Hangman Fletch. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. If this is your first time on this channel, go ahead, hit like and subscribe, and join in on the chat. Chime in whenever you want to. We'll look and we'll answer all the questions and comments while we're still live. So yes, this is the.
Fletch is saying, I know who are going to be the two surprise tag partners for Sacrifice.
If you know,
big secret.
Don't say anything.
Don't spill it.
So yes,
Party was meh. Yeah, it was meh, but that's only because what's his face?
Because WWE didn't know how to book
the broken Woken universe, man. The Ultimate Deletion match would have been fine if they let him
be himself
a little more.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got this match over here, tag team action. Ricky Saints breaking in to NXT in-ring debut. All right.
Let's go ahead and start. So we start
Why
things.
Did it sound like I was doing a fucking cheerleader chant?
So Ethan Page and Javon Evans start off in the middle of the ring before Ethan Page quickly tags in Wesley because he doesn't want any of that smoke. So Wesley and Javon Evans, two high-flying, strike-heavy, agile wrestlers going back and forth against each other. Javon Evans, of course, gets the upper offense in this incredible flurry of attacks.
That's what you get for being TNA-cist!
Yeah! And during this match, he tried to chase Ethan Page at rings. Javon Evans tried to chase Ethan Page at ringside after tagging in Ricky Starks, but then he was stopped in his tracks. Yeah, Javon Evans. No, Javon Evans tried to chase Ethan Page, but he was stopped in his tracks by the team of Tyreek and Tyson, or as I like to call them, the TT Squad, because they're a bunch of man boobs who are hanging around Wesley.
Are you kidding me? Oh, god damn. That is so rude. I
know. I could be rude
so
too.
Rude.
Yep. And then, and that distraction was long enough for Wesley to hit a drop kick on the side of Javon Evans, knocking him out.
Ow.
But thankfully, before they went to commercial break, Ricky Starks and Javon Evans were able to regain their momentum. And folks, before I continue, I want to say this real quick. When I saw this match, I didn't watch it on the CW. I watched it on YouTube. And the reason is because when WWE uploads their full matches on YouTube, they do it commercial free. And during the commercial break is when the fans of Cincinnati, Ohio started chanting, "Tony fumbled."
Oh! 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 That burns so good! Oh! Fuck. Let me see here. Mr. Quake is saying, like, I was shocked that Matt Hardy defends Edge against RKO after all the history. Yeah, like, they're all grown-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
Matt, Edge, and Lita, they were all adults. They're like, yeah, okay.
What happened.
What happened, and that's the end of it.
But we're
all
not.
three of them grown up, moved on.
But yeah, no, I'm not kidding around. It was circulating all over social media. The fans of Cincinnati that night on NXT, they were chanting, "Tony fumbled."
Tony fumbled.
Oh my God! Obviously, it's a direct reference at AEW dropping the ball with Ricky Saints while he was under the banner as Ricky Starks, and AEW didn't do jack shit with him. And we already talked about his exit from AEW last week in an article, quoting parts of his interview of why he left.
Ooh, that's right, I remember. Hangman Fletch is saying that the Righteous are going to be tagging with Hendry, Matt Hardy, and Elijah. Saying, I'm surprised.
We'll get to that when we get to that.
It would make sense because that's who Elijah's rolling with.
But at the same time, I'll believe it when I see it.
True.
Now, that being said, so yes, this is also part of the commercial break. Javon Evans and Ricky Saints showing off their tag chops against Wes Lee, knocking him down with a tag team arm drag, and the action continues because we get in-ring tag action from Ethan Page and Wes Lee. You see Ethan Page locks in the single leg crab, and he's close enough to the ropes, just close enough for Wes Lee to spring over and attack and target Javon Evans' back.
Ah, dick! What? He just cannonballed on him, or
yes?
Oh, fuck! Ow! My nuts are. Even though that wasn't a nut shot, that's like that's gonna send my nuts off my body. That's horrifying.
No. And Wesley continued to target the back of Javon Evans. Check it out. He wraps his legs. He wraps Javon's legs around in a knot before hitting a series of like strikes, back, left and right strikes, targeting Javon Evans' back more.
Ow!
Javon Evans finally got the tag into what's his face, Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints hits a series of clotheslines onto Wesley, hits a spear, but it was only able to get a 2 count. Javon Evans kept his attention on Ethan Page while Ricky Saints was blindsided by Wes Lee, who hits a Meteora. Yep, gotcha. Yep, who hits a Meteora onto Ricky Saints, but was only able to get a 2 count.
Oof.
And in the final seconds of this match, Wes Lee was getting ready, and he tries to hit the cardiac kick, but Ricky Saints was able to catch him midair, and he hit the Rochambeau, which is a running dominator, to pin and win. Your winners, Javon Evans and Ricky Saints.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Yeah!
Not bad at all. Very good showing. Well done, Ricky Saints. Well done, fucking Javon Evans over here. Especially taking the majority of the beating the entire time. And yeah, no, we know what he meant with Saints as in the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, that was good. That was a very well put together match. A little bit with the interference from fucking like you said, the TT boys or whatever you're calling them.
The TT boys.
And, Tyson.
Or I would have called them TNT, but they're not that cool.
No, they're not Dynamite. That would be an insult.
Now, that being said, I did mention earlier, before I went to the NXT review, that this week's edition of NXT took place in the same venue where AEW had their Dynamite TV special Maximum Carnage on the January 15th edition last month.
And if I'm not mistaken, Jose's actually sent me some data for all this.
Now, there were two parts of that I said to Juan, and I wish I and now here's the thing. For AEW Dynamite Maximum Carnage, they distributed more tickets than NXT did. They sold more tickets, so they made more money. But however, the viewership numbers are a completely different story.
All right, so this article coming in from, what's this called? Wrestling Headlines?
Yeah, this is from Wrestling Headlines, and of course, it is an old article published on January 16th, day after the AEW Dynamite TV special, and it gives a breakdown of the viewership numbers for Maximum Carnage. So, on the Wednesday, January 15th edition, the episode of Dynamite drew 679,000 viewers on TBS, according to PW Torch, and if we scroll down, it also shows that they also the program also scored a .18 rating in the coveted key 18 to 49 demographic.
Even though that's down from .17 in the same rating from last week. How's that down, though? I thought you wanted it higher.
Yeah. Now, WWE NXT in comparison, on the other hand, well, this one is straight from 411 Mania, and it was published yesterday.
Terrence and Terrell. Ha.
So we're going to give you a little bit of a comparison here. So this week's edition of NXT, which saw the debut of Ricky Saints, Moose, and the Hardys, this week's edition of NXT at the same venue in Cincinnati, Ohio, averaged 799,000 viewers, just shy of 800,000, and viewership was up by 16% from last week, and it also drew in a .19 in the 18 to 49 demographic.
God dang, and that was an increase from .17 from the previous week.
So, AEW may have sold more tickets. They may have made more money in last month, but NXT crushed it yet again with total viewership because more people were watching NXT than they were AEW. Juan, your thoughts?
This is completely expected.
Why do you say that?
Because, quite frankly, this is not surprising to me at all. The fact that WWE is able to run in the same venues that AEW goes through and do their shit better than they could do it.
And it's
not surprising whatsoever.
And it's not even, and they didn't even use it with their two popular shows, Raw or SmackDown, with mega stars like CM Punk or Seth Rollins or fucking Cody Rhodes. NXT destroyed AEW.
And that's more the vindication to NXT after previously getting its butt handed to it in the Wednesday Night War.
That is true. Now, let's be real. Vince McMahon made a very foolish decision in trying to challenge AEW. Yeah.
2.0. One of our bad guys is a woke cult guy.
Oh my god. Well, no, I was just saying, now let's be honest, Juan. WWE made a really foolish decision in challenging AEW at the beginning of 2019, and it cost them.
Challenging unprepared with the way that they did.
Yeah. But yes, I do agree that it is true vindication because the landscape of pro wrestling has drastically changed from 2019 to 2025.
It's amazing what a matter of 6 years will do. One person gets high on their own supply, while the others, motherfuckers, are set to fucking drag themselves up out of the dirt and come back harder than before.
Yay!
Wrestling, motherfuckers.
Indeed. And speaking of AEW, let's get to this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Like the fuse, hit the boom, Dynamite!
All right, this week's AEW Dynamite takes place over in San Diego, California. Not the home to the Chargers anymore, but it is the home of our favorite WWE wrestlers, the Usos, Jimmy Uso and main event Jey Uso. Yeet! And here's the thing. We open up with a back and forth, this is all in one segment, and it's focused on the rivalry between Hangman Adam Page and Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF. Here is MJF, and he is currently in bed, and it looks like just by looking at this picture, I thought that he was getting some sort of tattoo done or some shit done in his leg. MJF cuts a promo on Hangman Adam Page, once again saying that the fans are chanting a fraud in Hangman Adam Page, and that he only believes in 3 letters, and that is not AEW, and that is not fan, it is MJF. And just to drive the point home, what it shows us is that MJF is actually getting this tattoo removed.
What the fuck?
Yeah. He's getting some sort of like laser removal done on that tattoo that he got last year. Bet on yourself with an AEW poker chip, and now the tattoo is gone.
Is it actually gone though?
Yeah, I saw the video. It looked real. It looked like it was gone.
Okay, as in you see bzz, like lights and zapping happening?
Well, I saw him like using I don't know how it works, okay, man? I've never had tattoos removed.
No. I'm saying like, okay, so it was actually being removed in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like here, you know what? I'll pull it up.
Because... You pull it up and show me. I'm more WTFing at the way this what do you call it? Graphic that you got me here. It's transparent in one spot on it.
I know. It was the only one I could find because I wanted to actually, bring up the subject matter.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I managed to fix that part without a problem.
Yay.
But more importantly, find me the video. I'll scroll through it myself, and we'll continue on from here. So, why is he making a point of taking that off?
Honest.
If he's saying bet on yourself and AEW on it, you'd think that he would have bet on yourself MJF on it on its own, but yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah,
I don't know what the idea is going to be. Maybe is he removing the whole thing, or was he just removing the poker chip or the AEW lettering?
All right, here it is. It's just a minute long, but here, okay. If you want to fast forward it, go ahead and fast forward it.
Yeah, I'll fast forward through it, but let me see here.
Oh my god! But no, when I first saw the clip, it looked real. It looked like he was the tattoo.
The tattoo.
Fuck! The tattoo was gone, man. If I keep this up, I'm gonna be singing "Rat-a-tat-tat" from freaking Baby Metal. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know if it's real or not. Like, obviously, my eyes are not that trained to
Okay. Yeah, no.
What do you think?
No, he didn't get removed.
How do you know?
Jump cut.
Oh. Okay.
Jose, you were forgetting one very important thing. Just because MJF is talking doesn't mean that the tattoo itself is what is on his leg. That is not how tattoo removal looks in the middle of the process if it's not zapping away the tattoo. It scars. Alright? It actually scars, and what do you call it? It's the same way as you have it with when you're getting a tattoo. It's basically a needle going very quickly, slicing very thinly across your skin, and dripping behind ink in the process.
Oh.
When you're taking laser removal of tattoos, that shit takes forever to heal, and it definitely wouldn't. It would also another thing that's not safe in hair removal, in tattoo removal, laser tattoo removal, body hair, and his leg was hairy as fuck on that.
Okay, fair enough. All right, fair enough. Thank you, Juancho, for... You see, this is why I run these things by you, because you have a much more practiced eye in spotting what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
But that being...
I'm the man like that.
Yeah. And then after that video package, out comes Hangman Adam Page, and he storms down into the ring, and he has a brief squash match in his regular casual clothing. He didn't even wear his ring gear, and he took out Aaron Solo in just under a minute. And then afterwards, he got his steel chair. He sat down in the middle of the ring, and he is demanding that MJF shows up. He mentioned that there are things that he doesn't like. I forgot what he said, but he said in the end he doesn't like that MJF spat at his face and all that shit. And he is demanding that MJF shows up and faces him like a man in the middle of the ring. So MJF, he actually does show up, and He's like, oh, no, I'm not getting in the ring with you. Look at you, man. You're unhinged. You're like an animal. I'm not stepping in the ring against you. No. We're going to wait until Revolution, okay? But MJF came out with a towel with a white cloth that had blood all over it. And he did say, oh, wait, before I go, I wanted to say that you should probably go check on your buddy because he's not feeling very well. And this just goes to show you that I'm real. Now, I don't have a picture of it, but it is a picture of Christopher Daniels, who was brutalized backstage, and he was bloodied up. And Hangman Adam Page ran down over to backstage to check on Christopher Daniels before trying to go on a wild goose chase looking for MJF.
Let me take a look over here. Are we talking about the bit where Christopher Daniels was gigging himself in front of the camera?
Look for Christopher Daniels AEW Bloodied.
That's actually what I'm...
oh, no, there it is. No, right there. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I got you. Give me a yeah, let me go ahead and grab this here for you. Where is it? There we go. Okay, in downloads. Come on, stupid thing.
Yeah, that's why MJF showed up with the white cloth that had blood all over it, because he brutalized Christopher Daniels before...
He beat up Christopher Daniels so hard that Christopher Daniels had to beat himself up just so that he can realize whether or not how badly he was beaten up. Like, he was punching himself in the spot on his head to bleed more just as they cut to him. Don't these idiots know how to time their camera crews? What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Tony Khan, you fucking idiot. Don't you know how to manage these people? Or are you that fucking incompetent that you can't even trust them to do it, so you do it yourself and you end up doing it like a dumbass? I'll understand if that was the case. But if not, then motherfucker, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck, man? Also, where's Vicente Guerrero, man? I'm surprised he's not here yet.
Yeah, so am I.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, that's the segment. I'm trying to okay. Oh, hang on a minute. This will tell us all. Give me just a second here. Let me see here. All right. Here it is. I'm pulling it up right now. Hang on. Juan, take a look.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not actively punching himself.
Jose, let me see here.
Okay, go ahead and look.
Hold on. Did they change the... They changed the edit, Jose!
No, that was what they showed live on Dynamite.
No, it isn't!
I saw it!
Jose, it isn't! It isn't, because there are other folks who are showing the actual fucking thing. Let me show you. Here, and for the record, and remember, Jose, this is what I meant when it comes to there being scarring and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, okay. Let me fucking show you. Jose showed me the video from the AEW channel, so you know they would never manipulate their images there. And fucking it didn't, and they cropped out the spot with Christopher Daniels on it, like goofing on it. I'm just gonna pull it up and show you.
All right, fine. Oh wait! Oh! I saw it! Oh no! Yeah! Oh no!
Yeah!
Oh! You're exposing the business. What is wrong with you?
Punching himself in 4K. Wonder how Meltzer will explain this one.
Oh God no! And of course, Basha Mania caught that shit. Thank you. This is so embarrassing. Okay. I think I may have seen that live on Dynamite, but I can't believe I forgot that. That's on me, because they did show it live on Dynamite, but they obviously cut it out here on the post on social on their videos on YouTube. That's my bad, but oh my god!
You're bad saying my bad. That was bad!
That
Wait,
was...
why do we have another,
Oh yeah, because I rushed in too quickly when I said, and then out comes MJF, so...
Oh, why didn't you take it to, Jesus! Okay, and that's when we had the thing with the self-gigging.
Yeah. All right. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and move on to the exciting match of the night. And this is a one-on-one contest, and this one's actually pretty good. It is a bounty match. I hate that they title this shit. And it is the Bad Apple, Brian Keith, who is also the bounty hunter, goes one-on-one against the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay. So,
what?
Let me explain what's happening.
What happens in a bounty match, Jose?
It's just a one-on-one match, but let me explain.
It's just one-on-one?
Let me tell the story. Don't interrupt. So, Will Ospreay is going to be facing Kyle Fletcher in the steel cage match at Revolution. However, Don Callis, the leader of his family, doesn't want Will Ospreay to be 100% when he makes it to Revolution. He doesn't want him to make it to Revolution, so he puts out a hit. He puts out a bounty for anyone to take out and brutalize Will Ospreay. And Chris Jericho, the Learning Tree, the Ring of Honor World Champion, accepted it and hired Brian Keith to do the job, completely burying the rivalry that Don Callis and Chris Jericho had from 2022.
Wait, they had a rivalry?
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. The rivalry they had from 2023. My bad.
Wait, they had a rivalry?
Yes, and it was so stupid. It was the Chris Jericho Don Callis black hole of television because they were sucking up all the TV time.
Good grief.
Anyways, so Brian Keith answers for the bounty, goes up against Will Ospreay. It was a really good match, really great, great technical prowess from both wrestlers. Of course, Brian Keith leans more on the martial arts strikes when it comes to his style of wrestling, and he definitely gets a lot of heat from the fans when he hits these strikes on Will Ospreay. A series of kicks, elbow hits, and Will Ospreay. He did put up a valiant effort. He was able to fight back against Brian Keith. Even did an incredible a suicide dive through the ropes, knocking Brian Keith out at ringside. Oh, while the Don Callis family are watching on from over on the second row or whatever, they're watching the match. They have their own little not a booth, but their own section in the audience.
Dear God. I'm sorry. Is it wrong that I'm still hung up on that a bounty match is just a regular match?
Yeah.
Fucking okay. Continue.
No. All right. So Will Ospreay. Yeah. No. It's okay. I got this. So Will Ospreay continues his flurry of offense. He was able to reverse one of Brian Keith's moves into a stun dog millionaire before knocking him out with the Oz Cutter, but was only able to get a 2 count. And in the final moments of the match, Will Ospreay was able to reverse another move for Brian Keith. He pays homage to the Phenomenal One by hitting the Styles Clash before putting him down with the Hidden Blade to pin and win. Your winner, Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay did a lot of heavy lifting when it comes to this match. He definitely made this match really good.
But all of this was to involve themselves in the fact that Will Ospreay has a steel cage match with Brian Keith.
No, a steel cage match with Kyle Fletcher coming up at Revolution.
Fletcher. I thought you said he had one with Brian Keith. My bad.
Brian Keith just tried to collect the bounty, but it didn't work.
Okay, so what the fuck?
What the fuck indeed. All right. Stupid stipulation aside. No. Listen, stupid stipulation aside, this was still a really good wrestling match between Brian Keith and Will Ospreay.
Yeah, Jericho Hula.
Well, yeah, Jericho Hula, whatever. But I'm not saying... Listen, Juan, I never said that these storylines were good, okay?
But the match was exciting.
Now, let's get to the exciting segment of the night. And this one, I'm going to tell y'all how we got to this point. So, at the beginning of Dynamite, Adam Copeland... Let me tell you how we got here. So, Adam Copeland shows up inside an ambulance truck. And he says that this is a truck reserved for the Death Riders because he's coming after them. So, here's the thing. Adam Copeland is on a mission to take out one member of the Death Riders after another systematically. At Collision on Saturday, he used the Concerto to take out Pac. And this week's edition of Dynamite, he ambushed He ambushed Claudio Castagnoli. Both Claudio and Adam Copeland wrestled in the middle of the ring. They were brawling, and then out comes freaking John Moxley and Marina Shafir to stop Adam Copeland. But then Switchblade Jay White shows up, and he hits and they were able to knock out John Moxley. Jay White hits the Blade Runner on Marina Shafir in the middle of the ring, and then John Moxley, he's still watching on in horror as Adam Copeland takes the chair and hits the concerto on Claudio, and it looked like he was going to do it on Marina, and the fans were going bloodthirsty at that spot. Like, what the fuck, guys?
Murder!
But then out comes Willow Nightingale to get her revenge on Marina Shafir, and Willow Nightingale...
Wait. When was Willow beefing with Marina?
Because in the past 2 weeks, in backstage interviews, when they were trying to interview Willow kept getting ambushed by Marina Shafir as the Death Riders show up. So
why is this the first I'm hearing of this? Here I was thinking that Marina Shafir was doing jack and shit. So this is new. Okay, please continue.
So to get her revenge, Willow Nightingale took the chair and hit a concerto on to Marina Shafir, striking her 3 times in the head.
Fuck.
So Claudio and Marina Shafir are taken out. And the only one that's left is Wheeler Yuta! Wheeler Yuta was in the middle of this fray, and he accidentally hit Marina Shafir in a miscalculated strike.
What kind of strike was it? Is it like a lariat?
It was a running knee.
Running knee, that's what it was.
Yeah, the Psycho knee.
Right, I remember.
Oh, God, this is so bad. No, it wasn't bad. It was exciting because, yes, I want to see the bad guys get their fucking comeuppance.
Finally, so there's a fucking point to all this.
Also, just seeing Adam Copeland dig into that savage rated R side with the concertos, yes. More of that, please.
Here's the thing. I know that's how you do the one-man concerto, but Jay White was right there. They could have easily been able to try to pull off the old school 2-man concerto on someone.
They could have, but at the same time, it's Adam's thing. You don't want to mess with Adam's thing. The only time
messing with Adam's thing, it's adding to Adam's thing.
Yeah, but the only person
adding Adam.
Yeah, but the only
you want to add for Adam.
Yeah, but the only person
Adam added.
Wancho.
Adamant.
I'll wait.
Adamantium.
That's it? You good? You good?
Let me finish, please. Finish.
The only person who Adam will share the moment with is, of course, Christian Cage, because they invented the concerto.
All right, but Christian Cage is off being
Father of the Year.
Just finish the segment, please.
No, that was it. The segment was great. I loved it.
You just get still like Jay White, come back. You want to be a part of a special moment with Edge? Like that would have been. Come on, what the hell? Yep. Also, Darius Roby is in the chat. Hey up, Darius Roby. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Edge literally said he was going to take out the Death Riders, and he's doing it.
Yes, he is. And also, welcome to Wrestle Rewind. If this is your first time here, Darius Roby, hit the like and subscribe button and join us and continue joining us on the chat, man. We'll answer all the questions and comments while we're live. All right, now let's move on to the match of the night. And I hate saying this because it once again focuses an ongoing problem despite recent strides that AEW is trying. I never said they're trying their best, but they're trying to make. And this is a one-on-one match featuring La Virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo, who is the leader of her faction called The Vendetta, which features Taya Valkyrie, versus Harley Cameron. Now, Harley Cameron is coming off from an incredible one-on-one TBS championship match against Mercedes Moné from Grand Slam Australia. She got a lot of praise. She got her flowers from the Australian crowd, and she's coming out with a lot of popularity.
Like after the schizophrenic promo that she did, where she started off as a music video and then the promo segment built into it. Like, I still believe that you could have had both of those elements, but make them 2 separate promos, and it would have still worked. But that's just me. But also, and what do you call it? Also, we haven't seen Deonna Purrazzo on Dynamite in how long now?
She's been wrestling in Collision and Ring of Honor.
Okay, but how long has it been?
It's been a very, very long time.
Yeah, no kidding. No
And Darius Roby, you beat me to the punch because that's exactly what I was going to say. I'm happy that Harley Cameron is getting this attention right now. I hate that it's coming at the expense of one of wrestling's greatest women's stars, in Deonna Purrazzo.
It is pretty fucky. I'll concede to that. Darius also said, "You guys are very welcome, and I've been here a few times. Usually a ninja watcher."
Ooh,
all right.
Okay, that's cool. We appreciate all lurkers lurking.
We appreciate lurkers. Nothing wrong with that. We're just like, all right, cool. Thank you for that, Jose. Continue.
But yeah, talking about
the match.
All right, but no, it was.
We know the ending. Just take us there. How did we?
Oh God, I don't wanna. I really don't wanna.
You didn't watch the whole thing.
No, I did. I did watch it. And Deonna Purrazzo.
Saying you didn't watch it all the way through, did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Deonna Purrazzo did put Harley Cameron to work. She did put her down with her ground game. She hit a German suplex onto Harley Cameron. She did make her work for it, and Harley Cameron was able to get some offense in. There was Deonna at one point tried to lock in the Venus de Milo, but Harley Cameron was able to get out of it and just in time. And she also reversed Deonna Purrazzo's Carl Gotch pile driver. And she hits, and in the final seconds of the match, she hits this weird finishing move. It's some variation of a neck breaker. I don't know what to call it, but it looks cool to pin and win. So, your winner, Harley Cameron, and let me get to my complaint right now, because I really got to get serious here.
Oh, no.
So, we've talked about Deonna Purrazzo on Wrestle Wrewind, and in comparison, talking about Deonna Purrazzo's work in Impact Wrestling, now TNA, compared to talking about her in AEW right now, is like night and day. Because when Deonna Purrazzo was in Impact/TNA, she was putting out gangbusters. She was
the virtuosa. You want the best to be on your main show, motherfuckers.
Yes, and now. And since her debut on AEW Dynamite, she's had one major storyline against Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World title, and she lost. And after losing, she's just been lost in the shuffle in between showing up on Collision and Ring of Honor.
Make it make sense! God damn, you can do this stuff, but you need to build these women up. Yes, Harley Cameron getting a win, even though she lost against Mercedes Money.
Is it gonna go anywhere?
Are we going to see Harley Cameron build back up to try and re-challenge Mercedes? Is Deonna Purrazzo going to try to keep getting in her way now that she's lost to Harley? Deonna can make the same argument that you're kind of making over here. She's like, I've been busting my ass on Ring of Honor and Collision, and back when we still had it Rampage, and I haven't seen a fucking chance or opportunity to challenge for the TBS title or the AEW Women's World title yet. So why is little Miss Aussie upstart here jacking in on my stride? Bitch, take your seat. I've got my shot. I'm going in. See, easy. You can fill that out. If you do it that way, it could be interesting. Now, watch Tony Khan do anything but that.
He doesn't know how to book the women. He doesn't know how to book women's. This picture's.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we keep using it, but yeah.
Fucking that, Tony! Jesus, I'm gonna hot tag myself. All right.
I know. It's embarrassing.
All right, now let's get into the weird segment of AEW Dynamite. Let me tell you why it's weird. All right, so we get an in-ring segment with Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana.
Yay!
That's right. The fans are going.
But I'm spoke, but I drive big pressure. I apply. How much? Did we got the Prince dancing? Is the Prince dancing?
The Prince was dancing. We got the Prince dancing. And he was having a good time. Yep. See, there he's dancing. Yep. Doing his thing. The fans love it. And then Swerve got on the mic, and Swerve said and Swerve reminded the fans of how he broke into AEW in 2021, and he also mentioned that since February is the month of Black History, he made history himself when he became the first ever Black AEW World Champion. Which honestly, I thought I don't know, did he really need to say that? I remember Bobby Lashley made comments about it during a press conference from AEW Wrestle Dream, and how you shouldn't say stuff like, oh yeah, the first Black champion or first Spanish champion. We're all wrestlers.
Okay, here's the thing. On the one hand, Bobby Lashley has that experienced point to him. Like, we've had our barriers broken. We don't need to bring attention to that anymore. That's one thing. On the other hand, have you heard from our friend Mr. Alfred Konuwa?
Oh yeah, Mr. Pro Wrestling Bits, that guy.
Pro Wrestling Bits.
Who clearly has a bias against AEW, but go on.
He's got a bias against stupidity. No, he's as you may remember, Alfred Konuwa has actually managed to point out how AEW doesn't highlight their black wrestlers or champions in a respectable way, whereas NXT does and puts all their chips behind them.
That is true. Then that is another ongoing issue and that is another criticism with AEW.
Yeah.
But
is Tony Khan racist? Tell me in the comments.
No, Tony Khan is not racist. He's just an idiot. He just doesn't know how to fucking do the job. He doesn't know how to be a booker. But that being said, Swerve Strickland also mentioned that he's going to be back on the road to take back the AEW World Championship, and he's clearly not done with Ricochet. Speaking of, I don't have a picture of it, but Ricochet shows up wearing Prince Nana's nice, luxurious robe. And he was wearing a freaking cap, and there it is. Like, okay, this is an older picture, but it shows him with the robe.
He stole Prince Nana's robe
after beating Swerve Strickland. Yeah,
wait, after beating him Swerve.
Yeah, after beating Swerve, he beat up Prince Nana, took his robe. But anyways, so Ricochet got on the mic. The fans were booing the fuck out of him. Like, damn, that's Dominic Mysterio levels of heat.
Is it? Is it getting that bad for him? Because that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
No, I'm asking you, is it really getting that serious?
It's getting that serious. It's getting that loud when he's trying to talk. Like, and he reminds Swerve that he beat him already. So he's heading his way to become the AEW World Champion, and he doesn't look back and he doesn't look back. He moves forward. So. Yeah. So Prince Nana got on the mic and he mentioned that he spoke with Tony Khan, and which I fucking hate it when people say that. Oh, I spoke with Tony Khan with this. Oh, Tony Khan said this. That's a personal gripe with mine.
Sorry, it's not too big.
So, Prince Nana spoke with Tony Khan, and he mentioned that at Revolution, it will be Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet. Whoever wins will become the number one contender for the AEW World title, to which Ricochet agreed to. And also, during his promo segment, Ricochet got some town heat by making fun of the Chargers and how the football team, the Chargers, left San Diego. And he made fun of the Padres, who's a baseball team, and he mentioned how they suck. And then he turns his cap around, and it's a Super Bowl cap of the Philadelphia Eagles being the winners of the Super Bowl, which got him some extra heat.
Okay, why didn't he start with that?
I don't fucking know. But anyway, so after...
You could start with that! You douchebag! Everything was working fine until you mentioned it to me. Because I saw those parts, and it didn't click with me that they were happening at the tail end of Ricochet's part in the promo segment.
Yeah.
Fuck, that would have been, that's a good way to start! Get the people pissed off at you and get them pissed off with you with cheap heat. Yeah, using, putting down the local sports teams. Go sports team. Yeah, we ball sports very good. No, fucking hell. Point is, you start with something like that to get them pissed off hating on you, and then you bring them in with how you're gonna fuck with your guy's manager and how you're rocking the guy's shit.
Now, this is where things get a little bit more weirder, as Prince Nana now spoke with Swerve Strickland, saying, like, hey, listen, man, he talked about how Swerve needs to get back on track and be the killer that he knows he can be, and how the fans want him, knows that he is, and how Prince Nana knows that he's the killer. And he also mentioned on how Ricochet is walking around with a piece of wrestling history that belongs to him, and case in point being the robe, and he's asking Swerve to please fix this. Please, pretty much told him to get back his robe. And he said the last words, because otherwise, I don't know if I could keep doing this. And he just walks off.
Okay, that's kind of dumb. That's kind of silly. Come on, man. Wait, what?
I don't know.
Where did this come from?
When did the rope become so important? Why are we fighting for a rope? Okay.
No, Jose, we can't crap on that because
CM Punk and Drew fought for a bracelet.
Fought over a fucking bracelet. Yeah, exactly.
All right, fair.
Now, they both have emotional meaning. That's the thing. The problem feels like the weight of the importance of Prince Nana's robe wasn't established well enough before Ricochet stole it.
Yeah, and we only know about the importance of it last week when he tried to get it back from Ricochet.
God damn. Like, seriously, that's something like we know it's important to you, but at the same time, giving that little emphasis before it would have been nice.
How is it important to you? Because not everybody watches Ring of Honor.
Not everyone knows what Ring of Honor happens, and not everyone knows about the Nigerian battle royal that crowned you the Prince of African Wrestling, or whatever that happened on Channel 2 in Morocco in 1947. It went back when they didn't have TV channels. Like, not everyone fucking knows this stuff.
Oh, no. Hang on.
Get
Correction.
the casuals in.
People, yeah, I was going to say, people do know this. The fucking wrestling nerds, their niche audience knows it.
You idiot. This fucking coked out idiot.
Yeah.
I'm really trying not to just cut another I think Tony Khan's an idiot promo. Because I've already established that well enough.
All right.
For real, man.
All right.
Oh, hey, Jose.
Hey, Vicente Guerrero! You're here!
Well, there is definitely, it's not desire. First the Olafala, then the bracelet, and now robe staying, man. Yeah, see? Yeah, remember the Roman Reigns, the Olafala?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jose, we don't get to argue about important pieces of clothing.
Yeah, but at least they emphasize. Yeah, but at least they took the time to emphasize the weight and the importance of the Ulafala. Here, we just figured it out. The importance of it last week. But anyway, so before we get to the main event, let's take a minute to talk about this week's honorable mention for AEW Dynamite, and this one is a trios match.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say you skipped over it.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when.
Yeah, I know.
Happens on AEW.
The honorable mention goes to the trios match as the AEW TNT champion Daniel Garcia teams up with FTR, and they took on the Undisputed Kingdom of Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong.
They're not the Kingdom. They're not the Undisputed Kingdom. I keep telling you that.
As long as they keep calling themselves that, that's what they're going to be, Juan.
Oh, for fuck's sake, whatever.
All right, so anyways.
It was saying last time I saw a robe as a centerpiece in a feud, it was Sarah Logan and Charlotte Flair. It lasted maybe 4 weeks. It was funny seeing Sarah Logan wiping her feet on the robe.
Yeah, the Riot Squad, I remember. But anyway, so this trios match, it had a slow start, but they kicked it up the pace during the middle of the match. Lots of back and forth technical action, lots of great tag team chemistry between both sides, and it was just overall fun. It was a fun match. And it ended with Adam Cole actually getting a roll-up win while the other guys are like tangled in submissions, which was pretty gnarly. And it just continued this rivalry now between the undisputed whatever insert other name here versus
just call themselves Undisputed. There you go.
Yeah, versus Daniel Garcia and the FTR. So
yeah, no, like fucking hell, like I'm sorry, like FTR has been floating around. Stick to a storyline.
Yeah, dude, aren't you supposed to be Adam Copeland's friend?
Yeah, I thought y'all were rolling with the cope. I thought y'all were coping it up.
I'm sorry, you're not dope to roll with Cope anymore?
No, nor do they like to speak with Zeke or walk with Elias. So they're not about that life, apparently.
No, they're not. All right, well,
you know, me with the dancing fool, Mr. Daniel Garcia.
Hey, he's a good wrestler. Let's not discount Daniel Garcia.
Who said anything about discounting him? I was just calling him the dancing fool.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right, now let's get over to the main event. And this match is a one-on-one match for the AEW International Championship. And whoever wins will defend their title against Kenny Omega at AEW Revolution. A pointless stipulation, if you ask me.
And that would be...
The defending champion, Konosuke Takeshita, defends his title against the number one contender...
You have to say it.
Overly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Actually, good point. Candy break. Thank you. Get out of here! Anyways, all right. You know what? I'm going to give my personal opinions about this after I'm done talking about the match. So, because this match was actually really good. There were, and both guys are pretty talented. Like, of course, Orange Cassidy's good at reversing any move and turning it into pinfalls. Konosuke Takeshita is very strike heavy. He's very good with the kicks, the elbow strikes, the forearms, the hands, everything. Like, he is very strike heavy, and he obviously has the size advantage over Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, fucking Takeshita's bigger fucking beef dude compared to fucking what's his face?
The mascot.
Yeah.
The fucking mascot. Yeah. Please stop the Chippendale dance like your 1995 Alex. Oh!
What the hell?
That's a deep cut. Das Wunderkind.
Let's see here. Mr. Quake was saying cool with thumbs up. Let's see here. Darius Roby, these 6-man matches always look so lame, but they go crazy every time.
Yeah, it's a 50-50, depending on who's in the ring.
Depending on who it is, you're either going to get a pretty good, coherent match out of it, or it's all just going to be guys slapping each other around.
Yeah.
And Vicente, Mr. Quake, doing not bad, with some decent horror movies coming out, or already out. Smile 2 and Terrifier 3. Those are nice.
Yeah,
those are good. Those are good horror movies.
All right, so getting back to the match. So these guys go back and forth. Konosuke Takeshita has been dominating Orange Cassidy 90% of this whole match, and Orange Cassidy is trying to desperately to fight back. He's pretty much Stan's father in that one image from South Park, like, I ain't hear no bell. But anyways, and in the middle of the match, they had this really cool sequence of moves where Orange Cassidy and Konosuke Takeshita are reversing their moves. Orange Cassidy tries to go for a satellite DDT. Konosuke Takeshita reverses it, tries to go for a suplex. Orange Cassidy reverses it, tries to go for the Stun Dog Millionaire, until Konosuke Takeshita was able to reverse the Stun Dog and hit a Blue Thunder Bomb in the middle of the ring, only to get a 2 count. What a cool sequence of moves.
Okay. That sounds like it was fun.
Yes, it was.
Did it make sense?
Hey, shut up! It's in-ring wrestling psychology. Anyways, so and then with the referee's back turned, freaking Don Callis, who was on commentary with the other stooges, other commentators, Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and Taz. Prince Nana got involved, and he hit like these freaking little baby slaps onto Orange Cassidy with the referee's back turned, like doing this pretty much.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, it was so childish. It's like looking at Paul Heyman trying to beat up Kevin Owens.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes! Yes! So that was good. No. Don Callis came back into play again at rings when these guys fought at ringside. Orange Cassidy was trying to set up the announce desk, and he was fighting with Konosuke Takeshita. And then Don Callis tried to get involved again, but then the referee caught Don Callis, and the way Don Callis cowered back from the referee, he was like, ah!
Wait, what?
Yeah, no. After being caught, trying to help out Konosuke Takeshita, he did this with the referee.
He actually recoiled.
He recorded, like, oh my God, please don't hit me.
From the ref?
From the referee.
Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but aren't the AEW referees like usually a little midgety compared to most of the guys in the ring, including some fucking how Don Callis? Why the fuck is Don Callis cowering in fear from the 5'4" referees or whoever there? Like, please, who was reffing? Was it a guy or a girl?
It was a guy.
What, is he taller or like?
He was short and bald. Anyways, so getting back to the action. So Konosuke Takeshita and Orange Cassidy are now wrestling on the announce desk. Konosuke Takeshita was trying to go for a power bomb, but Orange Cassidy was able to reverse it on the beach break, but the table didn't break! I am the table! Thanks.
Gotta love it.
For giving Botchamania more material. You guys suck. Anyway, so Orange Cassidy drags Konosuke and Takeshita back into the ring. He finally hits the satellite DDT in the middle of the ring, and then he pulls up the freaking pad, and he's ready to go for the the orange punch. So he hits the orange punch. Konosuke and Takeshita rolls out after getting hit to avoid a pinfall. And then Takeshita was rolled back into the ring. Orange Cassidy goes to the top rope. He tries to go for a flying move. And then Konosuke Takeshita clocks him with a right forearm right to the face before putting him down with his finishing move, the Raging Fire, to pin and retain. Your winner, Konosuke Takeshita.
Very nice. Hot damn. Well done, Konosuke. At least, you're doing something. They're doing something with it. I'm in agreement with Jose. There's no fucking reason why Kenny Omega should be like the end all for the championship.
It just doesn't make any sense to have this championship series match. This is just an excuse for Tony Khan to get Orange Cassidy out into the main event picture, to get him out on TV, to peddle out the mascot, because he's running out of ideas, so he defaults to Orange Cassidy.
Oh my god. Mr. Quake in the chat. Jada owns Kalani Jordan on NXT. Jada is her, and she don't play. Darius definitely. Darius saying, for some reason, that Stun Dog Blue Thunder spot was the only spot I popped for. Yeah, no, it sounds like that was the only bit that made sense. I remember that sense. Vicente, the Undisputed Kingdom seems lost as a faction. I mean, Adam Cole was teaming with Kyle O'Reilly and Mike Bennett, but didn't Adam say months ago he wanted to be on his own?
And now he's with friends again. What the fuck? That goes against what you said.
The name value makes me yawn, but then I'll hear the crowd and commentary and look up, and it's usually 5 minutes before the ending. Probably Bryce Remsburg. Oh yeah, that table spot was so anticlimactic. Expect Aubrey Edwards. Yeah, no, she's... Vicente, even a short ref has no business cowering due to Orange Cassidy. No, it wasn't the ref cowering. It was Don
Callis was cowering from the ref. Yeah, but that being said,
that's even dumber.
But that being said, going back to Vicente's earlier comment, you just drew more attention to the problem with Adam Cole's faction. When Adam Cole says he wants to be on his own, and then he teams up with Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly, that pretty much betrayed his own words.
It's called They Have No Clue.
They don't have a fucking clue because AEW doesn't have a fucking clue.
I'm playing it.
Go for it.
No one knows what they're doing.
All right, let's go ahead and shift gears to people who know exactly what the fuck they're doing here.
All right.
We're gonna talk about another exciting edition of TNA Impact, continuing their TV tapings over in Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida. Yay! We start things off really hot, folks. To continue the story that's been happening on NXT, out comes the TNA X Division champion Moose and his faction, the System. And Moose gets on the mic and he cuts a promo against Obafemi on how he shocked Obafemi's world when he showed up in WWE, and then Obafemi tried to go into his house and do the same thing. And at Roadblock, Obafemi's going to realize there's a difference between the power of the Nigerian the Nigerian king and the power of the face of the franchise.
Let's see how well this holds up your body.
I am looking forward to this shit. Give me more of that.
Crazy.
Yeah, and then in a weird twist to their storyline, or addition to the storyline, out comes the Colons.
What the fuck are y'all doing here?
Eddie and Orlando Colon, they came down to the ring to share the segment with the System. They talked about how professional wrestling is in their lifeblood, how they take it seriously, how it's not just a job for them, and they also formed a temporary alliance with the System to take on their enemies, to take on the Hardy Boys, to take on Obafemi, to take on the TNA World Champion Joe Hendry and Elijah, their newest ally.
Like, I gotta pull this up in the chat. Darius Roby over here saying, "Damn it, where's Orange? Orange, somebody fetch Orange! Hey, Orange, you want to put the cash over for after not being on TV for a month? It'll be great. Sign up."
Yeah, you know what happens when you overexpose a popular wrestler, and it loses all. The gum eventually loses all its flavor.
Exactly. He said that while late in his career, Don Callis tagged with Rick Martel. No doubt Callis could hold his own fighting Orange Cassidy. Don had some decent high kicks too.
Yeah, where the fuck were those high kicks on Wednesday night?
Yeah, exactly. Instead of wussing away from the referee. Jesus Christ.
Oh, and the Paul Heyman baby slaps on Orange Cassidy.
Right, seriously.
But
All right,
anyways,
please continue with the
so
Colognes.
so to wrap up the segment, the Colognes have formed a temporary alliance of interests with the system to take on their foes in TNA. And yeah, no, that was pretty much the opening segment. Moose addressing Obafemi ahead of Roadblock, and the Colognes forming an alliance. So great. So now we have a conglomeration that's even bigger with the
God
addition of the Colognes.
damn it. What is up with that? You know, that just shows that the Colognes are trying to game the system.
Yeah, sorry to do that, yeah.
Next segment.
All right, now let's get to the exciting match of the night, and this is a tag match, playa.
Holla, holla.
And this is for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, as the defending champions Spitfire, Danny Luna, and Jody Thread defend against Ash and Heather by Elegance with their personal concierge. However, the championships are not the only things that are at stake here.
Let me just blow this up for y'all over here, folks. Because when I saw this stipulation on the card, I wanted to laugh my head off. I wanted to see how this was going to work out. Loser becomes personal concierge for 24 hours.
So, in other words, whichever of the two teams lose this tag match
Becomes the personal concierge of the winners for 24 hours.
basically becomes their glorified gopher.
Oh boy. This is going to be funny.
And this tag match was fun. First of all, Ash and Heather came down sporting the gears, paying homage to Minnie Mouse.
So, if you're in Orlando, if you're in Orlando, what's a good way to get cheap heat?
By dressing up as a mascot of an evil corporation.
As the girlfriend of the mascot of an evil corporation.
Oh yes, as the girlfriend. Well, I don't know how to sound like a girlfriend of Mickey Mouse. That's just...
No. You can just say that in the Mickey Mouse voice.
Oh yeah, that's true. Look, everybody, I'm the girlfriend of the mascot of an evil corporation.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Anyways, so Spitfire versus the Elegance team. Great tag match, great action from both sides. Of course, Ash and Elegance are relying on the personal concierge for some 3-on-2 advantage and some ringside chicanery whenever it best suits them. For a while, they were keeping Jody Thread pinned down with their 2-on-1 advantage, their divide and conquer plan, until eventually Danny Luna was able to get the hot tag, and she is a ball of Spitfire, all the pun intended. Yep, she starts laying in a bunch of clotheslines, knocking down Ash and Heather, and then she lays in a series of deadlift German suplexes onto the former Dana Brooke. And damn, Dana Brooke took those suplexes like a queen.
Fuck.
Until she got to the third part where Heather was able to hold on to Ash from ringside and then whip Danny Luna onto the head first onto the ring ropes to knock her out temporarily. Now. And then afterwards, but then in the final moments of the match, Jody Thread was able to get the tag. These two, Ash unfortunately was knocked out at ringside, and Heather was the victim of a 2-on-1 tag team finisher from Spitfire to pin and retain. Your winners, and still the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions,
and now proud employees of two brand new personal concierges.
You mean employers?
Employers
of two personal concierges, Spitfire. And what we got, and it was really funny because what we got later in the video package was the first instance of Ash and Heather being the personal concierge, and their first task was to dog sit Jody's dog
and load the luggage.
And load the luggage. And we saw the doggo, and you know what?
Hold on. What was going to happen is okay, we first you ladies need to carry our stuff. Their personal concierge is no, please let me save you. Santino drags him aside no.
A deal's a deal.
A deal's a deal. You didn't lose the match. They did. Bye now. What's her face? So Heather was stuck trying to haul all of their luggage. And apparently, there's this gag with what's his face. Like she's trying to move one suitcase. Like, Jesus, what do you have weights in here? With Jody Threat looking at her. No, it was
Danny Luna.
Danny Luna looking at her like, yeah. How do you think we stay fit while we're on the road?
Ah. and then up
Ash
to the dock. Yeah, and then
at first. Ash thought that she was going to be dealing with
a small little dog,
a tiny little poodly thing,
which is so cute.
It was a long hair poodly looking thing.
But Ash, that bitch, was trash talking that dog. How dare she?
Until
Steph Delander.
Yeah, Steph Delander came in and said, "That's my dog. That's not Jody Threat's dog. That's mine, and I will eat you and I'll show you life." Like,
she may have thrown an F-bomb in there, but yes.
Yeah, and so it was like, wait, okay, that's not her dog. Jody Threat points to her dog, and it's a big old gigantic heckin' honker looking boy.
I think Zayana Rosa Dragon fan would like that dog.
They would have loved that. It was silly. It's like, oh my god, this dog is so old and musty. It smells.
You know what this feels like?
His breath is so ill.
This feels like This feels like an unintentional callback to a video segment of NXT where Tiffany Stratton had to do labor work for Fallon Henley at her farm. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Before Tiffany moved up to SmackDown?
Yeah, that was actually the last thing that Tiffany did, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
that was the end of Tiffy time.
I know. So needless to say, Tiffany Star rose from a pile of horseshit.
And
the same can't be said by the Elegance team.
Oh, poor
now, Vicente Guerrero said that Jody Threat and Danny Luna could stand in the ring just cutting a long promo and it would be the hottest thing on the show. Yes, great way to spend 25 minutes.
Giggity.
Now, let's get to the throughout the entire there was an exciting segment of the night. I forgot. I did share it with you. And it is a backstage segment that was shared by Elijah and the TNA World Champion.
Say his name and he appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry. That's right. Joe Hendry and Elijah shared a backstage segment. They were both reminiscing on last week's edition of TNA Impact on how the fans were going wild for them and how they had a great match and how they took on the Colognes and the fans loved their tag team chemistry. And then Joe Hendry was not exactly 100% all in about it. He's like, yeah, that was great and all, but he's been there before. And then he mentioned like the next thing that's going to happen is that he's going to get a guitar to the back of his head by thinking that Elijah might turn on him. Elijah's trying to assure
guy.
Yeah, no.
Friend, see?
Elijah is trying to assure him. Thank you. A little late, but thank you. Elijah, of course, was trying to assure the champion that would not be the case, and these two would be best buddies. So. Yeah, the real question is Joe Hendry ready to walk with Elijah?
Or is Elijah ready to believe in Joe Hendry?
Oh! It was still a fun segment. I loved it. All right. Now let's get over to the match of the night. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Here we go.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I thought that the other one would be it, but yeah, no, this makes more sense.
Yeah.
All things considered. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it is a well, actually, no, that's not it. Actually, go back to the menu here. Pardon me, folks. No, that one. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I was about to say,
this was supposed to be a one-on-one match between Mance Warner, accompanied by freaking Steph Delander, taking on the Death Machine, Sami Callihan. And unfortunately, that match was completely thrown off in the first minute because they started grabbing the chairs from under the ring, and the referee called for the bell, giving him a double DQ, and these two guys just continued brawling at ringside with a bunch of security and officials coming down to try to break up the two. This is basically the same shit that we've been seeing for weeks. These two guys are trying to brawl with each other backstage, ringside, in the ring, among the crowd. It was non-stop for weeks until Santino Marella, the TNA Director of Authority, finally showed up and said that these two men will face each other at a street fight at TNA Sacrifice. But despite the announcement, that doesn't stop these guys from, you guessed it, wailing at each other while the officials are bringing them up.
So, This was supposed to be a match.
It was supposed to be a match, but it got thrown out because these two guys can't contain their visceral and not to mention their weapons.
They're visceral towards each other.
Yeah.
That's what you meant to say.
Yeah.
In a recent interview, Perry Saturn said he likes the booking in TNA more than AEW for Tommy Dreamer in that love for Tommy Dreamer in that video.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Perry. Happy to hear that Perry Saturn's in good health. But yeah, no, that's my pick because I was actually expecting a match and I thought it was going to be a blow off, but no, we got to drag it to sacrifice.
Let's drag this bitch, apparently.
Ugh.
Oh, God. Like,
Also, what the fuck is Steph DeLander doing with the digital media title?
Who is the digital media champion at this time?
Apparently, because, you know, we got to keep kayfabe alive, it's Steph DeLander for now because our last champion...
No, they said that, what do you call it, that they do not... That
that they don't officially recognize
her as the digital media champion.
So then, what's the fucking point in walking around with a belt that's not recognized anymore? That's
that you're not recognized as the holder.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, of course they still recognize the belt. What are you kidding?
All right, let's see here.
Okay, X Division, tag team.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they're just showing that no one's the digital media champion at this time.
Oh my god, that's so dumb. It's so fucking. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
I have no clue why they're doing it that way.
Anyways, all right, let's just move the fuck on, man. Jesus Christ.
Moving the fuck on.
Now, the good news is there were no bad segments to talk about, so we can.
Now we're going to this one. This is the honorable mention, yeah?
That's right. Before we get to the main event, we do have an honorable mention, and it is the one-on-one match featuring Frankie Kazarian versus Ace Austin.
Okay, that made more sense. Because the way you sent it to me, you usually send it to me in the order that we normally show it. So I was like, wait a minute. Are you sure that the fucking another one isn't worse?
No. That one's my bad.
Matter. You said they've been brawling us up for weeks. Would you say that was total nonstop action?
Ha! You're okay. Number one, you're right, but also shut up. But yes, this is our pick for the honorable. This is our pick for the honorable mention because it's two TNA veterans from different eras of TNA going at each other, and it was a pretty good match. Of course, Frankie Kazarian, of course, being the heel, and Wesley was at ringside with his man boob buddies, Tyson and Tyreek. Yep, and Frankie Kazarian at one point tried to cower right in front of, right by the heel faction, so that Ace Austin wouldn't be able to touch them. And yeah, no, and that bit of the distraction, like. It was, like I said, it was a good match. And who got the win, Juan? Remind me, because you were watching too.
Yeah, Kazarian got the win.
Kazarian was able to get the win thanks to some interference by the Man Boob Squad and Wesley. And then afterwards, out came the Rascals
to try and rescue
Ace Austin. Out came Zachary Wentz and freaking Trey Miguel, and they got on the mic and they said that they're pretty much hyping up their upcoming 6-man tag match at Sacrifice, where it will be the Rascals and Ace Austin versus the Man Boobs and Wesley.
Darius was back in the chat saying, I had to. That was a layup.
No, and it's cool. We appreciate the layup. That was awesome.
Yeah, no, it was just like, how dare you?
Yeah.
If you said to, oh God, Jose's kidding. Mance Warner and Sami Callihan, two Deathmatch Kings, started using chairs 1 minute into the match. Next thing you tell me is that Jerry Lynn loves death metal and black metal. I know, who'd have thunk it?
I mean, he's got the pipes to do it. Have you seen his ECW promos?
And next thing you're gonna tell me, John Cena is into rap.
Ha!
Who would ever think of such a thing? That's bizarre. That's wild.
All right, let's get to the main event. And this main event has been hyped up. This main event was set up last week, and we're going to and it features the official TNA in-ring debut of the NXT champion, the ruler, the conqueror, the bringer of war, the great Obafemi, who teams up with the TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Hardys,
the boys,
versus the System, represented by the TNA X Division champion Moose, Eddie Edwards, and Brian Myers, with that annoying little bitch Alicia at ringside. So, now, I'm going to be honest. There was a bit of a technical folly on our end, just a small one, but unfortunately we were 5 minutes behind the original stream. So when we finally caught up, apparently we got into the middle of the action where me and Juan saw the main event. But it was still fun to watch.
All right, so tell them about it, Jose.
All right, well, hang on a minute. I got to scratch my head a little bit. Well, you also have to contribute too.
Well, I am contributing. I'm contributing by trolling. I'm contributing by being an obnoxious color commentator to you.
All right, so help me out.
Derula and the hard boys.
The hard boys. Thank you, Darius Roby. So, it was pretty fun. Like, obviously, the main story behind this is, of course, Obafemi versus Moose, because they have a match coming up at Roadblock. So the story's more focused on them. But the other teams, the Hardy Boys and the System, were able to get some action in the ring. Of course, the System was able to. Of course, the Hardy Boy, Matt Hardy, got a flurry of offense in. He tried to hit a couple of clotheslines, and he at one point tried to go for the twist of fate on Moose. Moose was able to reverse it, but Matt Hardy was able to reverse the reversal into an awesome side effect, which I thought that was cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was really awesome. What's his face? The other teams continued to fight off against each other. Obafemi got a chance to shine in this match. He hit his trademark moves against freaking Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers, knocking them out. And in the final moments of the match, we finally get the square off between Moose and Obafemi. And this part I gotta talk about, because Moose tried to go for a running big boot onto Obafemi. He thought he was gonna knock him down, but Obafemi not only no-sells it, but he fucking powers up after getting booted in the face.
Like, he got booted in the face, and he looked like he was gonna fall backwards, and then he willed himself back upright and, hulked out or whatever.
Yeah! Oh my god, that was so cool. Obafemi then tried to fight back, but then Moose was able to knock down Obafemi with the spear and knocking Obafemi outside of the ring. And then, in the final moments of the match, Matt Hardy, I believe, is the one who unfortunately ate the L as he got hit, as he was taken out by Moose with a spear to pin and win. Your winner.
A giant spear. Sorry, because Moose ended up flipping on his back, with how much force he came at Matt Hardy.
Yeah, it's the same type of way that Bobby Lashley does his spears. It's cool.
Wild.
Yeah. So your winners, the System.
God damn it. And then after that, JDC decided to come down and celebrate.
And the Systems start to lay in on a beatdown on the Hardy Boys and
the Colons. Don't forget,
the Colons
showed up to start earning their keep.
But then out comes Elijah and the TNA World Champion.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Out comes Joe Hendry and out comes Joe Hendry and Elijah to help even the odds, and both sides, good and bad, are separated from officials until out comes once again Santino Marella. The man's working.
Santino's working overtime.
Yes, he is. Santino's working overtime.
You were gonna say,
and he sets up a couple of matches for Sacrifice. First of all, Moose will defend his X Division Championship in a ladder match against Jeff Hardy. Which, wow, Jeff Hardy. Actually, no, I can't shit on Jeff.
It's it's more along the lines of, okay, we're making Jeff Hardy a champion in 2025.
Yeah.
Or rather, a singles champion in 2025.
Yeah. That's my gripe. And he also set up another match where let's see here, where Joe Hendry and Elijah and Matt Hardy will be facing the teams of Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, JDC, and the Colons, and on the babyface team, they'll have two surprise partners.
Mystery partners.
Two mystery partners.
Darius Roby is saying that it's going to be
the Righteous.
The Righteous.
It's either going to be the Righteous or it's going to be another pair of NXT wrestlers crossing the line.
Who?
We don't know, but we'll find out.
Please stop. Quit saying that.
All right, Juan, ring that bell.
Okay, fine, I guess.
All right, so close it.
Whoop. We still believe in Joe Hendry.
Of course we do. But please close it off. So, final thoughts on this on the show. So, TNA Impact, great show. Great main event match with the System versus the Hardys and Obafemi. Also a great Knockouts tag team match where Spitfire retained the tag titles and they had some fun with the Elegance team. There were other matches that were pretty good. I was really hoping that they would finally blow off Mance Warner and Sami Callihan, but God, man, they insist on dragging this shit out, even though it's just nothing but brawling every week. And I avoided talking about Tessa Blanchard this time because, man, oh man, oh man. I also avoided talking about Ryan Nemeth because for Tessa Blanchard, number one, she is just getting too much nuclear heat, and just talking about her controversies and the shits, it's just repetitive. And sorry, we're not about Tessa Blanchard. And number two, I'm sorry. My opinion on Ryan Nemeth has completely tanked after recent reports where he's filing a lawsuit against CM Punk for like situations that, you know,
allegedly happened during their AEW days.
Yeah, your thoughts on that one?
I thought that you just didn't want to mention him on account of the fact that his segment was annoying as shit.
Oh yeah, that too. But yeah, oh yeah, I guess that is the unofficial bad segment.
The Hards and Stings are the few old timers that get the nostalgia pass.
That is true.
Yeah, there are a few of them. Vicente, deserves a title in TNA or not. Jeff Hardy is a champion anytime he stays sober. Yes, please. Thank you for that.
Stay sober, bitch.
Stay sober, Jeff. What the fuck?
Now,
Darius also said, hear me out. If given the opportunity, Elijah could be a male Tony Storm, Elias and Ezekiel, Wayman Nero versus Moose in a ladder match. It's going to be a ladder match over there for the X Division title. On looks alone, it's very hard to not talk about Tessa Blanchard. It really is, but at the same time, looks are skin deep.
Yeah.
Ryan's big brother isn't going to like this one. You're right, Darius.
Now, this week's edition of AEW Dynamite was also pretty good. I enjoyed the Adam Copeland's beatdown on the Death Riders, how he's hunting them down one by one. Willow Nightingale hitting the concerto onto Marina Shafir got a huge pop from the San Diego crowd. Great main event. Konosuke Takeshita was definitely the right person to win and to retain the International Championship. And the other match with Will Ospreay and Brian Keith, even though the gimmick of the bounty was so stupid, it was still a good wrestling match. And everything else was all right.
Jay White was right there. Christian Cage isn't doing anything right now. He's off breastfeeding Nick Wayne. Because what's her face? She's got herself implants up on that bitch. And she took the memory out by accident. Fucking Jay White could have easily done the two-man concerto with Edge there. What the fuck?
But it's more exciting to see Willow Nightingale do it because the fans love her.
Let Willow Nightingale do it to Marina Shafir. No problem. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about with fucking Jay White getting in on the fun with helping Edge whip Moxley.
Or maybe it's just not Jay White's thing.
It doesn't matter if it's Jay White's thing. That's one of those fucking things that you pass. Hey, Jose, you want to meet a legend of your time? You want to do one of his favorite things?
Yeah.
The fucking Ray. What the hell? I wanted Jay White. Jesus Christ in a basket.
All right. Well, despite that, it's still a pretty good Dynamite show, and I'm all for what they're doing so far. So far, they're on a good track. You know, they still have ways to go. Now, this week's edition of NXT. Man, what a show. What a great opening contest for the North American title, setting up a winner-takes-all match between Julia and Stephanie Vaquer. Moose defending the X Division Championship against Lexis King was fantastic. It was amazing. And the Hardy Boys returning to WWE in the way they did. And of course the main event, Ricky Starks in a WWE ring, in an NXT ring. Like, the main event was solid, and the fans chanting "Tony fumbled" was just priceless. That was just like the extra icing on. That was just the extra icing on the cake.
Live it down.
Tony Khan will never financially recover from this.
He will never fucking yeah. No, he doesn't. It doesn't matter whether or not he's financially recovering or anything. He's just not gonna fucking recover. And I don't know if Mama Wayne actually has implants there.
Why do you care?
No, because I fucking made the remark over
here.
Because,
oh my god, you're so
saying Christian Cage is the one doing the breastfeeding.
Oh
my god. Okay, but like looking at her, like I don't know 100% for certain, but it's a very hard likely.
I'm not one to question it.
I'm going to question everything. Because if you said that, I would love to say Punk could kick Ryan's ass in a shoot fight, but likely not. Yeah, probably. Yeah, Ryan Nemeth is younger than Punk.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's going to do it for this week's edition of Wrestle Rewind, folks. On next week's edition, we will discuss the main event match for WWE's Elimination Chamber, which is happening on Saturday, March 1st in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, until then, Juan, plug us away.
don't mind if I do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between, thank you very much for watching this live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose as he reviews for you the best of the worst of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. Step into the ring every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, live, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell, stay up to date on all of our contact. Become an interlocker by hitting the join button. Until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/TheRavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that title and the notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. For Mr. Juan Arouse, I'm Jose Casabona, and #Tony Fumble.